Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ezinne. So if you've been trying to conceive for a long time and it's not happening, or you want to right now start to try to conceive but you want to minimize the period of waiting, you're in the right place, because I'm going to be giving you tips that are going to help you get pregnant fast in the year 2023. Tips your doctors will not mention. Tips that if you know, you're going to minimize your trying period by more than half the time. If you've been on this channel for a long time, you know that I tried for a child for 5 years before I got pregnant. And right now, I keep thinking, if I knew then what I know now, I would have cut my waiting period by a very long time. I know everything happens for a reason, but I also think I could have had a child way before I actually did. I'm grateful it all happened the way it did, because now I know the tips I can share with you guys. So if you're here to know things that you can do that will help you get pregnant really fast, then you're in the right place. Keep watching and let's get right into it. Number one, which is one thing the doctors rarely tell you, is you have to embrace a healthier lifestyle. If you're one of those people who are careless with their health, with the way they eat, with things that get into their body, with staying physically active, this is not the time for that. You have to make an effort to eat better. You have to make an effort to be more physically active. You have to generally just embrace a healthier lifestyle. I'm going to break that into tiny bits right now so that you get what I mean. So first, your diet has to be top notch. So if you're on the obese side, you have to try to lose some weight. And if you weigh less than you should, you have to try to gain more weight. So basically your BMI is supposed to be between 20 to 25. And worst case scenario should not exceed 30. So if you are obese, you have to try to do better with your health, with your weight. And if you're not eating well, you have to embrace green vegetables, fruits, and everything healthy to help you get to a better weight. This is something doctors didn't tell me for years. No doctor told me that losing weight will be instrumental to my getting pregnant. And this is something that is highly underrated, but highly important. Lose weight. Try to exercise as much as you can, but try to avoid extreme workout procedures or routines. You can stick to the easy ones. You can take walks, you can do a bit of jump ropes, you can do a bit of aerobics, but stay away from the extremely rigorous exercises, because that can mess up with your hormones, that can mess up with a lot of things in your body, and that can contribute to infertility or even make you have a miscarriage when you're already pregnant. Well, of course, except if it's already a lifestyle for you and your doctor has approved that you can do all of these things. But if it's not, then please stick to the walks. Try to take 6,000 walks daily. There are apps that you can use to track how many steps a day you've done. You may want to use those apps. You can also try to eat better, like I said before. Get into better eating habits. You know, do away with most of the junk foods you've been having. Do away with the sugar, things that mess up your hormones. Now, something else I want to say is this. Specific diets help to induce pregnancy. So ketogenic diets, women who are not trying to get pregnant have been reported to get pregnant during their ketogenic diet phase of life. So that's just to say ketogenic diet helps. But if you don't want to go that extreme, there are also ways you can implement a healthy diet and still lose weight. Just reduce your carb intake. I used to coach a lot of women to lose weight. I've had more than a few women who just try to lose weight. Most of the time, they finish having all the kids they want to have and they just want to get back into shape. But the moment they start to work out and eat better, they get pregnant again just like that, even without trying. So that's to say your body does better when it's in a clean state, when it's in its best shape, it's in a better state to take in a child than it will be when you don't take care of it by eating the right foods or being physically active. Now, once you have your nutrition and your exercise covered, the next thing you need to take to heart is your prenatal vitamins. This is one misconception most women have and most doctors don't tell you. You have to try to take your vitamins even before you get pregnant. Most women are of the opinion that they only have to take their prenatal vitamins once they are pregnant, but these things help you with fertility, helps to put your body in the best shape to get pregnant. Folic acid, fesolate, and other prenatal vitamins are things you can take that will help your body just prepare generally, that will help to boost your hormones, to take in a child, that will help to put your eggs in a healthier state. Other natural things that help, like orange juice, strawberries, spinach, Generally, green vegetables help with these. They are vitamins on their own, and most of these supplements contain the vitamins that these natural vegetables and fruits also contain. So if you know you won't be regular with the fruits and vegetables, you can boost your chances with supplements. Take them religiously. And then if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, I have to add that metformin is your best friend. Take metformin and you'll see a lot of differences in your ovulation, in your cycle, in a lot of things that were not going right before. That's one game changer for me. So you see that all of these supplements, all of this medication can help you. These vitamins even help prevent birth defects in children and aids in brain development. The earlier you begin to take this, the better for you, because most times you get pregnant, you don't know you're pregnant yet, and then these vitamins are already playing a part, forming the baby in the proper way the baby should grow. Another thing you need to avoid when you're trying to conceive, or something else that will help you get faster results, is if you stay away from cigarettes, avoid smoking. Both partners should avoid smoking. Both partners should avoid alcohol, and then cut down on your caffeine intake. If you're trying for a child, particularly if you've been trying for so long, it's advised that you cut down your caffeine intake, you cut down on alcohol, and you totally stop smoking. These are things that tamper with the quality of the sperm, especially in the male body, and there are also things that affect the quality of eggs you produce. So you may want to put that on hold or totally stop it while you are trying to look for a child. Something else you may want to avoid is birth control pills. Obviously, you cannot be taking the pills and be expecting to get pregnant. I feel like that's a no-brainer, but I still have to mention it in case you didn't know. You can't take your pills and then expect to get pregnant. Now, if you're taking non-hormonal contraceptives, you can stop them a few weeks before you want to get pregnant. If you're using condom as a preventive measure, you can stop that when you're trying to get pregnant. However, if you're using the hormonal forms of birth control, then you may want to stop them at least a month before you are trying to conceive, because it takes a while for your hormones to adjust. It takes a while for your body to adjust. It takes a while for your period to adjust, because I mean, these IUDs and all of these hormonal birth control options always mess with your period, mess with your ovulation times and dates. You also want to avoid lubes when having sex when you are trying for a child. Most lubricants have been known to cause a reduction in the sperm count of the male partner, so you want to stay away from lubricants except the sperm-friendly lubes. A lot of lubes that you know or use that are fragrant friendly, that are really fruity and flavored, it kills the sperms. It doesn't help it to flow as fast as it should flow. So stay away from lubes except the sperm friendly ones. Another thing you want to stay away from is oral sex. Saliva has also been known to cause more harm than good to the sperm when you're trying for a child. So avoid oral sex during the period that you are trying for a child. Another thing you need to avoid while trying for a child is vaginal douching. So avoid douching your vagina after sex. I don't have to explain these, women, we know what we're talking about. All of these, the products you use, they help to kill the sperm most of the time, or they make that the sperm is not as fast or as active as it should be. So you may want to stay away from these during the period you're trying to conceive. So you guys, I jumped the gun. Let's go back a little, shall we? Let's talk about your cycle. Do you even know your cycle? Do you know how many days your cycle is? So what is your cycle? Basically, your cycle is from the first day of one period to the first day of the next period. So how many days do you have during that time? That's your number of days your cycle is. Most women have 28 to 30 days. Some of us have 35 or more days. Some others don't even know how to count theirs. So you have to know your cycle, know which category you fall into, and that will help you to determine when your ovulation date is, where your safe sex period is, and when you are expecting your period. If you fall into the category of women who are not very sure of the days they ovulate, or even if you think you are ovulating but you've been trying for a child for a long period of time and the child is not coming, it's possible that the days you think you are ovulating are not the days you are. The solution to that is get ovulation strips. So then you can test for when you are ovulating. The moment you think it's around time for you to ovulate, every day at the same time, test those strips until you see a positive, indication of ovulation. that's when you are ovulating. So you may want to buy the strips, do this for 2 months. That will help you create a pattern so that you know which days of your cycle you are ovulating. Now, the moment you see that you are about to ovulate, that's when you jump on the sex, ladies and gentlemen. You do once a day, every other day. That's the recommended amount. You don't want to be humping like, you get what I mean? You want to do it once a day, every other day. The sperms are better quality, your eggs are of better quality when you give them time to breathe and you don't just go back to back with the process, okay? So you want to do it once a day, every other day until your ovulation ends. Now, if you do all of this for months and it's not working, or you've been trying for a child, please see a proper fertility specialist. You want to talk to a doctor who is a proper fertility expert and not just a gynecologist. Seek opinions, seek doctor's advice, and run all the possible and necessary tests to be sure that you are okay and your partner is okay. If you are okay and your partner is okay and you go through all of the steps I've mentioned, then you definitely have some good news very soon. And I hope you share with me in the comment section when that good news comes. I can't live without talking about one thing that helped me, the God factor. I am a woman of faith and I call on God all the time for everything. Calling on God, I want to say, helped a lot. When you're trying for a child, that's the perfect time to go closer to God. If you believe in God, pray more often, tell him what you want, and I'm sure he'll come true for you. And then you're going to be sharing the good news with us pretty soon, and we can't wait to hear all of it. Please come back here in the comment section and share the news when it has happened, and we'll be excited to hear from you. And if you have any questions, please ask me in the comment below, and I would definitely answer. Let's interact. Anything else I omitted, bring my attention to it in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye-bye.